stars in the sky. Did we ever stop and wondered why we let our love shine all through the night? Just you and me, babe, until the morning light. The morning light. Coming over, we can make it through. Take my hand, I know just what to do. Just what to do. On the beat, keep dancing through the night, keep dancing. We stay up until we stay up the morning light.
Hello everybody, thanks for coming to this spontaneous, for me it's the afternoon chat. I love this song so much. And I'm going to turn it off here and hopefully show up to you in a second. There we are. Hi everybody, happy Thursday. Thank you for coming here and procrastinating and doing this instead of whatever else you're supposed to be doing, if there's something else you're supposed to be doing right now. I had a different meeting I had to do today, and I had to set all this up anyways, and I thought, you know what? I'm just going to do a spontaneous live chat. I'm sure there's going to be a few people who are sitting around and want to hang out, and here you are. So hello, I see there's a lot of hellos here. We've got Nebraska. Hi, Brad. We've got Connie. Didn't expect this morning. When I woke up this morning, Connie, I didn't think I was going to do this either. Hi from Long Island. Hey, if you see Dino over in New Jersey, say hi. We've got Yvette from the Netherlands. Yvette, you saw my comment, right, about the shower. For those of you who are wondering, wait, what's he writing to a woman about showering? Yvette had a comment about the size of the shower, the height of the shower on the MSC Grandiosa. Linda's here. It's 6 a.m. in the morning, and she's happily awake. I'm so happy that you're here, Linda. And everybody else, Beth here, happy holidays. Just wanted to say that your vids are always a welcome and happy distraction. I definitely did not smuggle booze on my last cruise because you had so many tips on how not to... Me? Moi? I would never encourage anybody to smuggle booze onto a cruise. Yeah, and I, like I said, I've got stuff I wanted to do this afternoon, or stuff I should be doing this afternoon, but I had a meeting and I had to get this set up, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to stay online, and I'm so happy that you've come over here to chat with me, and I'm having one of those days, or I had one of those mornings where I don't know, for some reason, I was just really missing like that Disney vacation feeling this morning. So I would love it if some of the things that you all want to talk about today are like Disney park related, but we don't have to stick to that. It's just something that I would really enjoy to talk about. And so I don't know how long we'll be here or how long I'll be here, but I do have my Disney Parks resort mug here. There's just water in here. I wonder what year this is from. I don't want to spill it by looking at the bottom of it. Is there a year on here? I don't think there's a year on here, but this is definitely one of the newer ones, because I know the first year that we got these, when we did our first stay at Coronado Springs, they were a lot chunkier. I think they were a little bit shorter, but then they were like wider, and this is one of the newer ones. Water. All right. So first, fantastic question here from Dave. What are your thoughts on The Mandalorian? Will we see a Disney ride based on the show? Well, for those of you who don't know, Mandalorian is an original series produced by Disney and Star Wars, and it's on the Disney Plus network. So y'all know, you've heard of Netflix, and I'm sure that a lot of you have heard of like Amazon Prime Video and stuff like that. They produce their own movies and their own TV shows that you can only see then on their networks, and Disney Plus also has the same thing now. I think it costs like, here in Germany, it costs $6.99 a month. What does it cost for people in North America, like in the United States? Dave, what do you pay for Disney Plus a month? Anyways, once you join these services, if you don't have any of them, I'm assuming most of you do, but if you don't, then you can watch as many of these movies and TV shows as you want all month long. And this is something that I never thought I would be interested in getting. Like when the trend started and so many people were doing it, I don't know. I just, I preferred to like specifically look for something in, like on the iTunes media or whatever, and then just like rent it. And then I don't know, I think it was over Christmas break, like 2 years ago, I decided to do like the free trial of Netflix, and the rest is history. Anyways, Mandalorian is one of the really fantastic series on Disney Plus. And if you're a Disney fan, you really should get Disney Plus. I can't believe that we waited as long as we did until we got it, because we have been binge watching so many things like behind the scenes about Disney, like this whole thing about how they take care of the animals at Animal Kingdom, and how this whole thing about the history of Imagineering, and lots of these interviews with Joe Rohde and Cad Walker and Tony Baxter and all these people who've created so many of these amazing, fantastic things that we enjoy. And one of the series on the show on Disney Plus is Mandalorian. And Mandalorian is based on the Star Wars world that we know, but sort of in the future. And if you've seen, I'm sure you've seen pictures and videos of this little like baby Yoda character. That's from The Mandalorian. So we love the show. I can't believe there's only 2 episodes left, or is there only 1 episode left now? I'm going to be devastated when this season finishes. We've enjoyed watching it so much. And if I think there will be a Disney ride based on the show, I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, with Galaxy's Edge being like it is now, with the Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run attraction and the Rise of the Resistance, which of course, is already legendary, I can't imagine them. Well, first of all, I can't think of how you would take The Mandalorian and what is important about that story and that world and create a new attraction out of it and have it stand up to the 2 fantastic attractions that are already in the Star Wars areas. But at the same time, they are apparently building sometime in the near future, the next like 10 years, a Star Wars like Galaxy's Edge area in Paris. So maybe by the time that goes into like full scale development and production, maybe by then The Mandalorian will have gained so much worldwide popularity that would be a possibility. I mean, I think it's a very interesting concept, and it's certainly like the newest Star Wars characters that everybody has, come to know and love. So I don't know, maybe how long would people wait if they started doing a Grogu meet and greet? How long would people wait for that? That would be like the newest, longest meet and greet line after Anna and Elsa, wouldn't it? So what do you think, Dave? Are you happy with that answer? And hold on, my comments stopped scrolling here, so I kind of missed some things here. So Dave bought 3 years ahead of time for $99. It was a pre-launch special. Yeah, that's a pretty good deal. Dave, do you regret it now, or do you think you're going to stick in for those 3 years and get your money's worth? I know we've definitely got our money's worth already. Brad writes, I could see a future Smuggler's Run mission having a storyline with the Mandalorian. That is a fantastic thing, and I'm sure Mandalorian will show up in Star Tours as well. That would be a fantastic way to integrate sort of that world and those characters into Disney. For those of you who don't know, outside of the Star Wars land in in Florida and California, there are also these Star Tours attractions. It's also in Paris and in Tokyo, not in Hong Kong, I don't think, and not in Shanghai. Is there Star Tours in Shanghai? Anyways, there's several different like stories that you can experience. So every time you wait in line to ride the ride, it's going to be different. And yeah, I definitely think that they could fit the Mandalorian into that. Dave writes, no regrets. Binge watching Rebels and Clone Wars and everything Star Wars. Yeah, we haven't gotten into the animated Star Wars stuff yet, but maybe it's time to do that. LJ Merritt asks, what's your favorite Disneyland Paris restaurant? Oh, Jason, sorry that you have to go, but thanks for coming. My favorite Disneyland Paris restaurant. Well, there's two that really stick out in my head. The two that we've visited the most would be the Agrabah Cafe in Disneyland Park, which is the sort of Aladdin-themed buffet restaurant that I posted a video about not too long ago, as well as Captain Jack's, which is the amazingly themed restaurant inside the Pirates of the Caribbean restaurant. So those would be the two restaurants that I think we visited the most and that I guess we've had the most memorable meals at. But like I've said in the past, there's a lot of really fantastic reasons to take a trip to Disneyland Paris. However, the food and the dining experiences that they offer is not one of them. It's not comparable to California Adventure or any of the parks or resorts in Florida. Stephen asks, it must be about 3:30 p.m. there, and it's that dark already. Yeah, look. This is what it's like living so far north in Europe. It's been this dark all day, and if you follow me on Instagram, you saw I posted this morning that it's like, I feel like the sun doesn't even come up. And it's also one of the reasons I was sort of, I don't know, kind of depressed. Not in like a serious way, but just like, I was like, come on, I need something to look forward to. And then I thought, I'll do a live chat. And I'm so happy that all of you are here now too. Cheryl writes, hi Morgan, lucky to have a day off to catch your live. Thank you for coming. And I'm glad you have a day off, but I'm sure how many of you are here while you should be like studying or doing home office? Let me know. Plaza Gardens, LJ, we have eaten at Plaza Gardens, and of course the food is very fantastic there. But I don't know, I guess especially for people who like to eat the kind of stuff that I like to eat, Agrabah Cafe, when it comes to the buffet restaurants in Disneyland Park, Agrabah Cafe just has way more to offer. I have to cough. Hold on, excuse me. I'm not sick. I don't have a cold, but I do have like tonsillitis at the moment. Like when you look in the back of my throat, there's like little white splotches. Sorry if that's TMI. I feel totally fine, but I'm not going to be going out and playing tennis in 34-degree weather this weekend like I have every other weekend for the past few weeks, which is probably why I have a throat infection. Kent, it's almost time for work. Kent, are you going to be working from home or do you have to like actually go to the office? Queetbeat writes, I'm so supposed to be studying. Thanks, Morgan. You're welcome. I love being a bad influence on you. Do I watch any other Disney park vloggers? Yes, of course I do. I think I probably watch the most popular ones that everybody watches, Adam the Woo and the Tim Trackers and DFB. And there's a few that I think you might not watch so much of that I enjoy. One of them is Neverland Family. Another one is, oh, well, now I can't think of the name of his channel, but the guy who does it is Braden. What's Braden's channel's name? Yeah, I do. I really enjoy watching other people's Disney vlogs. There's a lot of really good travel related YouTubers out there now. And I've been really getting into these people, these sort of like alternative, well, not alternative, like these off the grid lifestyle channels, like people who live on sailboats or people who live on catamarans or people who live in vans. For some reason, that's become so interesting to me. And I would really love to do it, to compare it or to like totally contrast a cruise. Really love to do a sailboat vacation. And it's something that Marcus and I are seriously talking about for some time in the next half a year. So look forward to that too. Nicole writes, I'm supposed to be working, but I would rather watch you. Well, thank you. I would rather you watch me than working too, but please don't. Oh, I'll be right back. Sorry about that. My camera turns on and off. I've got my like fancy camera set up, but because it thinks nothing's happening, then it automatically turns itself off every, I don't know, what is it, 15 minutes? Sorry, I've lost my train of thought now. Gina wants to know, do you ever plan to go to Disneyland in California? Well, when am I going to do that? It's not like it's open. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, the parks in Florida have been open for quite a while now. Been open again for quite a while now. Disneyland in Paris is closed again. Hong Kong closed again. I don't think Tokyo ever opened up again, did they? I really don't know. And Disneyland in California has been closed since like, what is it, May, April? Hasn't opened. They opened a section of the second park, so California Adventure, but no rides, just like dining experiences. But I'm pretty sure that at the moment that is also not open to visitors. Again, I would love to do another Disneyland trip. Their Disneyland and California Adventure are so special also in their own way. And I would love to go back to Knott's Berry Farm. And Marcus has never been to Magic Mountain. Those are all things I would love to do again. But I mean, at the moment, it's just not realistic. So at the moment, we have no plans to go to California. I mean, we can't. Marcus can't even get into the United States. So Hari's here. Hari writes, hi, Morgan. My whole family received travel vouchers, as in Singapore. All its citizens are receiving that. That's nice. So we're planning to visit Singapore Flyer and Zoo next week. Did Germany issue anything? Well, we haven't gotten anything like that. So enjoy that. Are any of you out there, have you received any sort of like stimulus to go out and spend in your community like they're handing out in Singapore? Queetbeat asks, do you think there's too many cruise vloggers? I would love to share my experiences, but overkill is a real thing. Well, first of all, there are a lot of cruise vloggers. That's true. And because at the moment, there aren't a lot of opportunities to go out and gain new cruise experiences to share, I feel like, unfortunately, so many of the channels that that deal mostly with cruising, their content has all become very similar recently. And I feel bad for everybody who's in that boat, because I know the fantastic possibilities and the fantastic content that they've created in the past. And I see what's happening now, and I just feel bad because I feel like so many people are working under their potential because they don't have any other possibilities. I would never discourage anybody from starting a YouTube channel if they want to. And I've made videos about it on my second channel as well. So youtube.com/Gutenmorgan. But make sure that you're doing it because you just really want to do it. And it's going to be a fun thing that you're just going to do. And if it becomes something bigger, or if you get a lot of subscribers or whatever or not, shouldn't matter to you. You need to do it because you really want to do it and because there's something specific that you really want to say. That would be my advice for you. LJ says, we did in the UK. So for anybody who just showed up, I asked if they've received any sort of stimulus or bonuses or goodies from the government or whoever to go out and spend in the community. And LJ writes, It was called Eat Out to Help Out. The government gave everyone half-price restaurant meals. Geez, that sounds great. Amber Lee says, procrastinating on my finals. You helped me greatly with cruising. I love rewatching your videos. Well, I love procrastinating with you. Actually, speaking of procrastinating, here's a little something. I always have videos that I could be editing, and at the moment I'm uploading a video on Friday and then sofa time on Sunday, and I have the Friday video finished already. So I actually, as far as video editing goes, don't really have a whole lot that I have to do left today because tomorrow's video is already finished. And in just a few minutes, I want to show you a little preview of it. So that's just something you can look forward to if you're just tuning in now, or if you're considering if you want to stick around or not. In just a few minutes, I'm going to show you just a few minutes of the video that's coming up tomorrow. So that's something you can look forward to. And Christmas, Minnie, Mickey, and Pluto are going to watch with us. Yvette writes, that sounds nice. By the way, the Sri has been around here for a long time, a really great fan and follower, and I call him Hari. Hari, I know I can't pronounce your full name, but Yvonne is commenting on a comment from him. Sounds nice. I do get 1,000 euros for being a healthcare worker. Every healthcare worker in the Netherlands does. Well, that is the least that healthcare workers should be getting right now. Let's all give a big applause to Yvette for being a healthcare worker, and anybody else out there who's watching this, who's a healthcare worker at the moment during this crazy time we're going through. This is for you. I'm trying to, do I have any other fun party sounds here? I don't, but I'll give you one of these too. I usually only do that for when I get super chats, but that was for you, Yvette, and anybody out there who's a healthcare worker at the moment. Sorry, my comments have stopped scrolling here again. I'm trying to catch up. Michelle just tuned in from British Columbia, 6:40 a.m. Welcome. It's 20 to 4 o'clock in the afternoon here in Hamburg, and look at how bright and fantastic it is outside. Isn't that great? Stephen wants to know, Neuschwanstein Castle, have you been there? Do you plan on going there at any time soon, since you can't go anywhere else? I have been there 4 times, actually, because when I lived in more southern Germany, anytime anybody from the United States would come to visit me, we always went there. Do I have any older videos on my channel about Neuschwanstein? Nope, I don't. But I should make one. There are 2 things, 2 specific big touristy things here in Germany that I think I really should make videos about, just because they're really interesting, and I know that a lot of people would be interested to watch them. One of them is the Neuschwanstein Castle, which is the big fairy tale castle down by Munich, that Disney designed, the original Disneyland castle, sort of based on. And the other one is this gigantic indoor tropical swimming paradise in the gigantic blimp hangar outside of Berlin. 2 things that I've been to several times, and I've just never made a video about them. Oh, Vacation Adventures with Pam and Rich have just showed up from Tampa. Chilly here this morning. Okay, how chilly is chilly in Tampa, Florida? Are we talking like 30 degrees, 40 degrees? That to me is chilly, but I know what you mean. Florida chilly is different. It's like, it's so humid in Florida. And so when it's in the 50s, it feels cold. LJ wants to know if I've been to Hyde Park. Yeah, I've been to Hyde Park several times. It's only like 40 minutes from here. Actually, this year, did I go this year? I don't think I went at all this year. It was kind of tricky. They were only open for a few weeks. But otherwise, I've been there every year, sometimes multiple times. So yeah, and I do have videos about that on my channel. So you can go look through my library. By the way, in just a few minutes, if you're just showing up, I'm going to show you a little preview of tomorrow's daily vlog video. Queetbeat joins me in saying thanks for all our healthcare workers. This time is hard on all of us, but what you've done for us is absolutely heroic. Yes, again, a big applause. Hello to Bristol. So it was 47 degrees in Tampa this morning. Okay, that is cold. Oh, Crentiv, hi. So nice to see you here. 55 in Orlando, yeah. And then with that humidity, like when you go outside and then you're wet, you immediately get wet and then it's cold. I understand. That is cold. It's a balmy 37 degrees in Buffalo, New York. 50 in Orlando currently. Speaking of it being, like 37 degrees, it's been like in the high 30s and low 40s here for several weeks. You can see what it's like outside. And because of the current half lockdown situation we're in, most indoor sporting I think all indoor sporting, anything that's indoors and fun is closed. And some tennis places have still got their outdoor courts open, but it's like 37 degrees. But like I said in the beginning, I've been playing every weekend, usually Fridays and Sundays. And now somehow I got a throat infection. It's not, I'm pretty sure it's not anyways. But it is possible to play in this weather. You just have to dress correctly. Hi, Max. Hello back to the Philippines. Oh, we've got somebody else who deserves an applause here. It's Mary Ellen. I'm a medical technologist working during COVID clinical trials. 30 degrees here in Burlington. So here's another one for a healthcare worker. Thank you, Mary Ellen. 37 in Minneapolis, my old hometown. I mean, is that surprising? I mean, that's actually kind of warm for this time of year, isn't it? I remember, well, I guess the really crazy cold temperatures, they usually start like in January and February, right? All right, as promised, I wanted to show you guys a little clip of the video that's coming up tomorrow. And this is just a small clip of the much bigger video. So I'm showing this to you because I'm really excited, to share it like always. And also, speaking of the cold weather, speaking of the darkness outside, this is this part of the video, and that day was just so beautifully sunny and warm, and I spent so much time not only working but also laying out at the pool, going on the water slides, splashing around, and I really miss that and would love to be in that environment again. And so I want to share it with you, and I just want you to watch it and pretend that you're there and you can feel the warmth of the sun and the nice splashy water. And this is just a little bit of it, and then you'll get to see the rest of it tomorrow. But I'll be back when it's over, okay? So here you go. So I worked a few hours, and now I'm going to reward myself a few hours with a little bit of time at the pool.
Like a body of water, seeping through the edges of my soul, and getting harder. It was never under my control, you know.
So that was just a little preview of tomorrow's video. And if you enjoy getting these little previews, let me know. But by the way, the people who who help me out with membership on Patreon, which is patreon.com/veryunofficial. I know I talk about it all the time, but I post a lot of things earlier there. So if you really love like feeling like you're special and get to see things that nobody else gets to see, that's one thing that you can do. And it also supports me in the meantime and helps me make more great videos. And speaking of support, check this out. Krentiv, thanks guys, sent me a super chat. Thanks for your hard work. Love the videos from M and R. Thank both of you. And I miss you and I wish we could have more cocktails on top of the Coronado Springs again. Maybe someday soon. And another one here from Bristol. Thank you for all your videos. They've really made me laugh, smile, and help me help keep me positive post-Brexit as I work for the NHS. Yeah, you know, thank you for your support and thank you for the feedback. And it makes me feel good to know that even though very few people are trying to plan any traveling right now, that people still really get joy from my videos by just tuning in and watching them. So that's great. Jackie is in Indianapolis, 38 degrees in Indianapolis, but it's expected to be 55 later this afternoon. Wow, for December in Indianapolis, that's pretty warm, right? That is balmy for December here. I would love to golf today, but I'm donating blood this afternoon, trying to help. Jackie, you get an air horn too. Donating blood? All right, that's something I could never do. I would, you know what? I would just pass out and then I'll just pass out and then they can take as much blood as they want. Maybe I should go donate blood and just let them know, listen, as soon as I see that needle, I'm going to be gone. So you just do whatever you need to do. And then wake me up when you're done. Is that reasonable? Do you think that would be fine? Actually, I don't think, because of my history, I don't think I can donate blood, actually. What do you think, Christmas Mickey? Excuse me. Hari writes, Hari, will you write your full name once again so I can try to say it? Morgan, if you like sunny weather, you should come here. It's 78 degrees and hot at night, and it's December. I would love to. I did spend one Christmas season in Orlando when I was working at Disney for the Christmas shows, and one year that I was on tour with a Cirque du Soleil type show, we were in South America over the Christmas months where it was really warm. And so as somebody who grew up in Minnesota, it's it was weird for me to, or it's always been weird for me to spend Christmas someplace where it's not snowy. But in Minnesota, in the past 5 or 6 years, it's rarely been a white Christmas, hasn't it? So Hari's name is Sriharinivas. Was I close to saying it right? Hey Tatum, it's going good. Thanks for coming over. LJ Merritt asks, do I like the Tower of Terror? Does a bear poop in the woods? Of course I like the Tower of Terror. I like all the Towers of Terrors. Towers of Terrors. I haven't ridden the California version since they re-themed it to Guardians of the Galaxy. And of course, I'll always think that the one in Florida is the best. And I even rode it way back when it only dropped once. So for any of you who don't know this, when the Tower of Terror in Florida was originally built, and that was the first one, the whole beginning of the ride was basically like it is now, but you went in and then you went up and the doors open and you drop down, and that was the end. There was none of this zzz, that they never did that for the first 10 years maybe. That came much, much later. Richard writes, I would pass out as well if I was allowed. By the way, if you all hear some strange sounds, do you hear that over here? Chili, why don't you just come over? Come over here. Come here, Chili. She won't. but she's on the other side of the blue sofa over here, and she's throwing a fit, which she does sometimes when I talk on the phone for a long time, because she gets jealous that I'm paying attention to somebody else. I'm not going to go pick her up and bring her over here because I don't do that. Oh, maybe she will come. Are you going to come over here? Come on. You might get to see her. She's right over here. She might jump up on the couch back there. Wouldn't that be cool to get Chili in a video? Then the next step would be to get Marcus in a video. What do you guys think of that? Richard writes, I would pass out as well if I was allowed to donate blood. Yeah, it's, you know, and it's not even anything that you can really control. You know what I mean? Like, I honestly don't really have a big problem with it, but when that needle and all that happens, it just happens. It's not like something you can control. You know what I mean? Robin White's the DCA one is incredible. Well, I've watched videos of it, and I think it looks really great. And I know that there were a lot of people who were freaking out when they announced they were going to remodel it. But I think it looks cool, and I think it's really going to fit into the new Marvel area very well. And I'm really looking forward to see that Spider-Man robot fly through the air. For those of you who don't know, Disney has worked with this robotics company, and they've created these robotic stuntmen that are going to like literally fly through the air and do flips over like the paths and stuff like that. It's going to be so cool. I've seen the short videos of them, you know, trying them out, and I think that's going to be amazing. The DCA one is or was, yeah, was the same one as the Paris one as well. And you know, here's something, a lot of people say that the DCA, the original DCA one and then the Paris one, that they're kind of lame in comparison to the Florida one. And that's because the Florida one is just a little bit bigger. And in the Florida one, there's the extra dimension where you move like forward and then you go into the drop tower, and it doesn't do that in Paris. However, I have to say, hold on a second. Chili, stop it. There must be a bird on the balcony, and she's like scratching on the window. Come up here, Chili. Oh, she's getting closer. She's right down here. You want to come up here? Sorry if this is really boring to anybody who doesn't like cats. Oh. Come up here, Chili. It's not going to happen. She doesn't like this light. I have this like light, this big light set up, and I don't know, something about it scares her. Now, Stephen writes, where are the cat treats when you need them? They're over there. So I could try it. Okay. Last ditch effort. I'm going to throw a cat treat over here. Hold on. No, it's not going to work. She's freaked out by something else at the moment. I don't know what. We have these little sausages for her, and we call this, we call it Krackwurst, because when she smells them and sees them, she usually freaks out. Oh, here. Come here, Jenny. No, she knows what's going on. She's not having it. It's right here, Chili. Oh, well, that's enough Chili. Does anybody else have a Disney question or a cruise question they want to talk about? Let's get into one more thing before we call it a day here. And thank you, everybody who's come so far, and anybody who's watching this in the future. Excuse me, I need to have another sip of my water here. She is sitting right next to me right now, but I'm just going to ignore that she's there and keep talking to you, and then maybe she will jump up. She's right over here on my... There she is! Yay! We got Chili in the video! She can smell the treat that's up there on the thing. Here, Chili. Here it is. Chili. Here. Chili is our cat. She's lived with us for about 9 years, and I rescued her from the shelter, and she was just a tiny little kitten. She was sort of malnourished, and because of that, she's never really going to become like a big, full-grown cat. So she's kind of little. She's a cute little cat, and I love her so much. Speaking of pets, while I'm waiting for some other topic suggestions here, you had asked me recently, like in this chat, if I watched any other Disney, like Disney-related vloggers, and we mentioned a few. And there's some other cruise vloggers, like I said, who at the moment are kind of stuck or kind of restricted in the kind of content that they create. And do any of you know of Scott Singer Cruises? Another person really sort of has his own interesting style and has so much cruise content on his channel. And because he can't cruise and travel at the moment, he's moved to, I think, Portland, Oregon, and has become a dog daddy, has adopted, I think, 2 dogs. And I watched one of his videos today after not watching some of his stuff for a while, and it was actually very emotional. So he's adopted 2 dogs, and one of the dogs, he's having some health problems, and Scott was really upset about it. And it was very, I don't know, kind of moving to watch that and see this person who's usually just so positive and so fun to watch, have a hard time. Connie writes that she loves Scott. So I know that some of you watch. And that he had to get rid of his big dog. Oh, that's too bad. I love this cat so much. And when I think of when the time is going to come that she's going to, move on to the Heaviside layer for any of you musical fans, I'm going to be a mess. It's going to be awful. Cami writes, greetings from Charlottesville, Virginia. Hello, Cami. Thanks for coming. Oh, Cami also knows Scott. Yeah. All right. So, Hari, let me know what your cruise question is. Yes, and Travelin' Hawk writes, Chili must be a distant cousin of Hudson from Emma, who doesn't like to make appearances either, although Hudson is in way more videos than Chili is. I think that's probably the only time that Chili's been like this featured in a video. Otherwise, she might have, like if I've been sitting at the table or something, she might have walked past in the background. Stephen writes, she looked up and saw the light and ran. I'm sure she did. There's something about this light that drives her crazy. By the way, a lot of people's pets are terrified of fireworks. And because where we live in the city is close to where a lot of festival, like entertainment things happen, not this year, but usually, in the summer, there's fireworks just about every weekend. And she can so not be bothered by fireworks. Other people, like around New Year's Eve, where there's tons of fireworks here in Germany, they're like, we're going to have to give our pets tranquilizers again to get them through all the loud fireworks. And Chili is like not bothered by them at all because she hears them so often. Shelby writes, my kitties have loved me working from home. I'm sure Chili has loved me being here too. Made me realize, like when we're gone a lot, I always think, oh, she must be so lonely and so bored. But it made me realize how much she just sits around and does nothing anyways. You know what I mean? Beth wrote, we hope to be on Celebrity in August. Worried it might be too hoity-toity for us. Do they have a Washy Washy person? I have yet to cruise a Celebrity. It was one of the things that I was absolutely sure I was going to do this summer. And then we all know what happened. It's something I'm so looking forward to experiencing and comparing to one of the cruise lines that's like really high on my list of next cruise lines to try when it becomes available. If they have a Washy Washy person, if they've had one in the past, I don't know. When things start cruising again, I promise you they will, because everybody will. But so for the people in the comments right now, if you have cruise with Celebrity and other cruise lines, let Beth know if you think Celebrity is hoity-toity or not. Hari wants to know, or Hari writes, the Quantum of the Seas, which is in Singapore, just had a COVID-19 case and all the passengers are still on board with the ship since Wednesday, and more cases are expected. Yeah, I'll be right back. Here I am again. Yes, I think most people have heard about that. If you haven't, the Quantum of the Seas, the only Royal Caribbean ship cruising at the moment, is in Singapore, where Hari lives. And they had, even though they're testing people when they come on board, somehow somebody managed to test negative while boarding the ship, and then a couple of days later got sick. So they're, monitoring the situation just like they should. And hopefully on board, people were still practicing social distancing like you should, still wearing their masks in public places like they should, and hopefully nobody else will have gotten it. We'll have to see. I mean, what can you do at this point? And if I was going to be stuck on, if I was going to have to stay for an extended period of time on a cruise ship, the Quantum of the Seas would definitely be a good one. Bristol wants to know if I have any plans to do a long haul trip or just ideas of a trip you want to do after this mess is over. Oh, I could go on for days. There's so many things. There were so many cruises. I wanted to do a Celebrity cruise this summer. I wanted to do a back-to-back cruise on a small Royal Caribbean ship and then a big Royal Caribbean ship, like to do like the Empress of the Seas and then the Oasis of the Seas. I had a big road trip planned. Marcus and I were planning a big road trip to go to all these famous amusement parks around the East Coast that we've never been to, like Six Flags America and Busch Gardens, Virginia, and Dollywood. There's so many things I wanted to do. Oh yeah, see you later, Linda, if you're still here. Thanks for coming. Connie also writes in regards to the COVID case on the ship in Singapore, that it was a false positive. Very well could be. We'll just have to see and wait to see what happens. Shelby writes, we moved our NCL breakaway from January to January 2022. Hopefully a safe bet. Hopefully by then everything will be back to normal. Do you have any tricks or tips for Haven? The only thing I can tell you is you are in for a treat. Wow, I have been in the Haven as a guest a few times, but that's nice. I think most of what I was getting sort of frustrated with on my recent cruise on the Grandiosa, which you'll definitely see me talk about in the full video that's going online tomorrow, are things that you are not going to have to worry about in the Haven. You are going to just really enjoy it. I don't know if I have any tips or tricks other than that. Hey, Omar, thanks for coming. Mary Ellen, we're talking about Celebrity cruises at the moment. Mary Ellen writes, Celebrity had excellent food, but some of the table mates were snobs, sent meals back and were rude to the servers. Well, that's a bummer. You can find that, I think, on every cruise, but it's interesting that Mary Ellen had that experience on Celebrity as well. And I mean, I've not eaten things, and you'll also see in the video I'm uploading tomorrow that there were something I ate in the main dining room that I thought was awful. The people sitting next to me who were Italians, they also sent it back, but they weren't snooty. They were very nice about it. Dave writes, really looking forward to a review of a river cruise from you. Well, I was really looking forward to doing one. As I've mentioned in another live chat, it happens to me very rarely that I get contacted by any company who wants to sort of sponsor me to come and experience their cruise line or theme park or whatever. And then it happened to me twice within a really short period of time, and both of the things got canceled because of our new mini lockdown. And one of them was a river cruise. So hopefully sometime soon I will be on a river cruise, and I'll be really looking forward to showing you what I can. Oh, there's been a lot of comments here. Just M wants to know, do you plan to try Princess Cruises? I would. It's not like one of the top ones on my list. Like if tomorrow everything was back to normal, Princess wouldn't be one of the top ones, but it's definitely the ones that I will and want to try. Alex 6169.5 writes, I sailed Celebrity 3 times, but this was 18 years ago, and the 3 ships I sailed with aren't part of the fleet anymore. So yeah, not really not really one to ask about current situation. Carol writes, would you consider a land trip such as the Grand Canyon and other U.S. national parks? For those of you who don't know, I grew up in Minnesota, and my grandparents had owned a lot of land on the side of a lake in Wisconsin, and I spent a ton of time in nature, fishing, hiking, shooting at things with my BB gun, and I feel like I kind of got like any sort of time I needed to spend doing like really, really naturey things out of my system when I was young. So like a dedicated Grand Canyon, like sort of national park trip isn't high on my list. And one thing I definitely do not want to do is camp. Sleeping in a tent? No, not going to happen. You will not see videos of Morgan sleeping in a tent. It's not going to happen. Mary Ellen writes, I am river cruising in a 5-man raft for 3 weeks in April, running through the rapids through the Grand Canyon. Amazing trip, my second trip. That sounds like a fantastic adventure. I would love to do something like that for a day, but it's so far out of my comfort zone. Maybe it would be interesting just to really push myself to do it, but it's not something that I would plan to do. Oh, we have somebody very excited here. Timothy, Timothy writes, oh my goodness, we caught you live. Woo, sorry, very excited here. Well, hi, Timothy. Nice to see you here. Catherine writes, agree, camping is not going to happen. Listen, I have nothing against camping. And like I said, I really enjoy, recently I've really gotten into these sort of off-the-grid style channels of people who live in their vans, who live in their campers, who live on their sailboats. I find it fascinating to watch. But it's just outside of my comfort zone to sleep in a tent on the ground and to poop in the woods. I guess I don't need to do that. But that doesn't mean that I think anybody's wrong for wanting to do it. You know what I mean? Giggles writes, oh, hey, just noticed a pop-up. You were online. Too bad I have a meeting in 15 minutes. Well, I won't tell your boss if you don't tell mine. And my boss is... So, I guess we're kind of even. Yvette writes, not even glamping? Well, here's something interesting, because Gina writes, go glamping, rent a nice RV. We're planning on visiting Marcus's family, which live in a different part of Germany, over the Christmas holidays, and they don't have any more space left in their house. And instead of staying in a hotel, we are thinking of renting an RV and glamping in their driveway. So would you guys want to watch a video of that? Would that be something interesting to see us spending like 3-4 days in an RV in that situation? It's something we're really thinking about doing, and I'd be interested in getting your feedback. So especially if you're watching this not live, let me know in the comments, and if you have any advice or whatever. And if you live someplace here in Northern Germany and want to lend us your RV for free, let me know as well. Shelby writes, absolutely. Krentiv writes, do it. McFlirty writes, yes. Okay, comments are coming in here. And lots of people are saying that they love to do it. Okay, so looks like it's going to happen. Well, that'll be fun. So you can look forward to that as well. And like I said, for those of you who missed it, who tuned in after that, I showed a little clip of the video that's going to be going online tomorrow, another daily vlog, and then we'll be back here again on Sunday for a live Sunday sofa time. Not sure of the exact subject yet, but if you have a suggestion, something that you want to discuss or see me discuss on Sunday, let me know. And thanks everybody who showed up to this. Who has a suggestion for the secret word that we can set out for people who are watching this in the future? Secret word is something that I put at the end, that you write it in your comments then, so that everybody knows you actually watched the video till the end. Who's got a suggestion for a secret word? I'll wait and drink another sip of my Disney water. That was a really loud slurp, wasn't it? Hold on. ASMR slurping. All right, we've got two suggestions that the secret word should be glamping. All right, so if you've watched until now, then put the word glamping in your comment someplace and everybody will know that you watched until the end. So thank you everybody for coming out here. I hope that I could help distract you for an hour from whatever it is you're supposed to be doing. And thank you for just hanging out with me and letting me do this for an hour. And I look forward to putting the next vlog online tomorrow and seeing you here for Sunday Sofa Time, all right? So that's going to be the chat for today. See you later.